Hello traders, this is part 2 of the video. We are about an hour and 20 minutes into trading. You can see that my positions have improved a little bit here. I do have 2 new positions. One is in QGen. That was a buy order that we put up recently. I'm going to click on that symbol and you'll be able to see the chart here. Got that breakout through yesterday's high. That's what I was looking for. So we've got that position, and Amazon also just triggered. I placed a buy stop right above this compression. You can see the yellow dots. ATVI, that is an alert. I've got the S&Ps up 350 and the NASDAQ up, actually NASDAQ's down 3, S&P up 3. ATVI has been very strong. I'm going to continue to, and we've got the compression here. I'd like to buy some of that stock, but I just wish I had a little bit more to work with from the market. So I'm going to keep looking. I actually would prefer to buy compressions on pullbacks at this stage. I've got enough long exposure. I want to buy something that's been on a dip. Google, I'm just going to put an alert here. Not much of a compression, no yellow dots yet, but I always like to keep an eye on what Google's doing. ADI, starting to get into a little bit of a compression right here. I'm going to remove this alert right here and I'm going to move it down. I'm actually going to cancel that and give it a little bit more room. This stock has the potential to really bounce. I mean, it's down $6 from that opening earnings gap. That's quite a fall. So I would imagine that somewhere in here the buyers had to start showing up. I'd love to see it compress a little bit more in here. And now I'm just clicking through, looking for weakness. Boy, that's a volatile move right there. You are getting a compression in here, but I don't know how anxious I'd be to buy it. It's got some nice bounces to the upside, so just going to keep going through and looking. QSR just starting to compress. That's a nice little compression starting right there. I like that. Stock super strong yesterday. This is what I'm looking for. And we'll go right in there with our alert. That could be a very good one. This for me is happy hour. Really about an hour and 15, 20 minutes after the open. And for the next hour, this is when I've got some stocks that I could really scoop up well. CLX, this is consumer stock. You know, I'm not crazy about this chart in here, and it couldn't get through that resistance level. I'm going to take a pass. MTN coming down, compressing, had a nice run yesterday, some pretty good volume, longer term chart. Big day yesterday, could be a little bit tired. This is a pretty nice run for the stock, so not going to get overly aggressive with this one either. I could put an alert just to remind me to take a look at it. FIS is one that we were looking at earlier, and we've got our position in that. We're down $18 on it. We wanted that to hold. S&P is only up 275 now. NASDAQ down 5. So market, if you can call it losing steam, it's down about $1 from when we looked a few minutes ago. EXAS, I want to see what this stock is doing. It is grinding higher. So I have no reason to really, if it had gotten ahead of itself, if it went parabolic, I'd have reason to maybe take profits on that trade, but I don't have any reason to. CAH, we already know that was one that just flew up and now it's pulled back. Volume in here has been steady. We had a really big volume spike yesterday on the close. I would not mind adding to this one. I'm just going to put an alert out though. Netflix starting to compress. It could go through multiple compressions and we still don't know what the market's going to do. NASDAQ down 5. May not have a very good day today. We don't know. Tesla's been strong recently. Pulled back pretty hard right there. I don't see anything of interest. This is a very nice compression. MMC. Good run in the stock. Big volume. I'll put an alert right there. Love these compressions. Doesn't mean that the stock can't go lower. It certainly could. So let's go back and look at this. Here's the theory. Stock has been strong. We know on the daily chart it wants to go higher. It's had a good run. Might be getting a little bit tired. We see some profit taking coming in. You've got this compression here. If the stock gets above the compression right here, you have an opportunity to maybe make, we'll take a look at it visually here, from let's call it 95 cents to maybe 25 cents. So you've got the potential to make 30 cents in here on just a nice little bounce. I'm not looking for it to go back way up. And you're in the trade, you're out of the trade. Then it can continue to go down as far as we're concerned. And once it gets through this compression here, it should pop 5, 10, 15 cents, and then we can continue to evaluate it, and we could put our stop order right here at our entry price if we want. And we have very little downside risk and nice upside potential. That's what we're looking for. RTN starting to compress. Boeing looked pretty ugly on the open and it came back a bit. Still don't see anything that is overly attractive. Very choppy stock on this one. Adobe just starting to compress in here a little bit. It's been very strong. 3M. Now this thing looked fantastic. And I had my buy stop order, and if it could take out the high, well, good thing we didn't get in. Never got through. We're going to cancel it. Just cancel button. Now we are in alert mode. This high from yesterday would be of interest to me, and the stock would probably have to compress in here. If it continues to pull back and compress, then I'm more and more interested in it. NVIDIA, Align, starting to compress a little bit. It's been a very strong stock. Just going to put an alert right there. Facebook compressing. This is a incredible stock. It made a $2 move in an instant yesterday, and then it just trades in these tight ranges. So I'm not overly excited about it. It's got a very strong chart, but I don't know that I want to mess with this. I had it in there just for interest's sake to kind of keep an eye on it and see what happens with it. So I'm just looking for compressions right now. NXPI. We're going to cancel this alert right here. Right click, delete object. We got 5 nice yellow dots lined up. Let me know if it gets through here. I might be interested. I'd rather see a little bit more of a pullback. It looked great on the open, so we'll see. FISV pulling back. Take a quick check here. My dog of the day is that CAH trade. And you know what's different about CAH from all the others? Is I bought right into that volume. AFL starting to pull back, but it's okay. It's okay because I like that right there. And I'm going to move my alert down. I'm also going to take a look at EXAS. See if there's something I need to do with this stock. We'll go on to a daily. I am going to place a target on this. I mean, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. COL, we must have had a compression. Yes, we did. It's going above it. I'm going to be long in here. Try and buy it. I got a little limit order in there just below where it is currently. Fill me. Come on, fill me. Might have to step up on this one. And I just filled on it. That's what I'm talking about. Yellow dots, very, very strong stock, pulls back. Now it's ready to go. All right, heading our way already. This is the time of day when I really start to get in a zone because I've got a feel for the market. What's the market going to do today? Nothing. Same as it's been doing. EIX, utility stock, compression. We'll put our alert there. I'm not overly excited about getting long this, but we've got DEC. Been a strong stock. It's compressing. No yellow dots though. Still want to wait. I want to be as patient as I can with this one. Still keep an eye on it though. This Netflix, I'm going to cancel that. Got a nice little compression here. So that's all I do. I just keep going through my list, keep looking at the stocks, seeing what they're doing. And I'm going to put a sell order in, but I don't want to have it that close. I'm going to put it there and then I'm going to modify it. I'm going to go into my platform here and you can see EXAS right here. I'm going to modify that order. So all I got to do is click modify and I'll move it up 37.80. See if we can pull a little bit more out of that one. I really don't even have a reason to get out at that price. It's given me no reason to believe that it can't continue higher. So if I look in here to see what kind of moves it's typically made, you've got from 35.20 to 36.20. So a $1 move is not unreasonable to expect. And the stock started out at 36.80, so it could get to 37.80. So it'd be pretty smart for us to set that target up in there. It's a very crude method, but you know, if the stock is up another 25 cents, I've got a nice profit in the trade. I should be willing to take it. Wind's starting to go our way. HLT's coming back a little bit. QGen. We're still kind of muddling around here. I mean, down $1.25, down $125. Most of that's related to the J&J position that I put on earlier. And again, those options have about a 5 or 6 cent bid ask spread anyway, so that accounts for pretty much the whole gain or loss on the position. So we've got some trades working right here as well. You can see that Netflix is starting to make a little bit of a move. I don't have any strength in tech today, so I'm not too excited about that. CDW I've got to worry about. It's on that breakout right here. I don't want it to be much lower than this. Got a little bit ahead of itself. Got long right in this area here. So we're down, I think, $18 on it. I put an alert out there for a reason. Really don't want it below that level. There was a stock that I noticed. Okay, this is compressing. I'm not seeing a lot of momentum. Could be good. I just sold my EXAS for $37.80, so we're out of that position. That was a nice profit. Everything else is starting to come in for us too. And you can see now I'm down $19 for the day. Got some of the other positions starting to come up. So I got to take a look at ECL. That's kind of a choppy stock. CDW, I think I'm going to end up just getting out of that position. I sense that the stock probably will regain itself. I'm going to put a sell order in right here. That's a sell stop order. If it can't hold the open today, I got to be out of it. That's about another 12 cents from where we are currently. But I got to give it a little bit of a chance to maybe find some support, and then it can go challenge the high again. So I want to give it some room. This brings up an important point. I know that every single stock that I'm trading has really strong price movement. So I'm not overly worried that I'm going to get blindsided by anything here. And that gives me staying power. And I might have to ride out a few storms. I might have to ride out a little bit of market weakness. But I know that I can weather those and I can stick with the position as long as it's not doing anything dramatic. And in this case, it had a nice run up. Market started to falter a little bit. It's pulling back and it's finding its buyers. It's getting its legs, and it'll continue to move higher. So I'm not overly worried about it. Hilton, I've traded it. It's just a stock that moves all over the place. So I cancel this order here as well. And we're just going to hang on to it and monitor it. CAH, I've got that alert in here. See, it still has not been able to find its legs. It's still compressing in here. So now we're just going to keep hunting and see what else we can find. MMM was not much of a compression, no yellow dots. So this is one that I want to keep an eye on because this stock has been so strong. There was a compression right in there that we were looking at. Stock is above it. S&P is up 450. The NASDAQ is down $1 right now, so it's starting to improve. That was not a bad looking setup there. Didn't mind that one at all. I'm also going to be looking for a situation here where the stock has been negative and now it's starting to reverse and get a little bit of positive. So you can see negative stock rating, negative stock rating, negative stock rating. Now all of a sudden it's positive here. So that's a good sign. I'm going to be scanning across to see which other ones might have that same pattern. AMAT we know we liked. Tech stock, and it's been holding up well today. So it's of interest. And LW, that looks like it's been moving higher. That's got a nice longer term chart to it too. Very strong longer term chart. A little bit volatile in here, maybe a little bit tired. Hard to really say. I mean, we've got the market. DRI is one that we took a loss on earlier this morning. We stopped out. DGX starting to compress. Just going to put a little alert right here. Put it at the high from yesterday. If it gets back above that, we want to know. J&J starting to improve a little bit. I've already got a position in that, so I'm not going to consider that. ETR starting to move well. Tests the downside, takes out the high from yesterday. It is a utility stock. Looking pretty good in here. I don't mind owning it. I'd like to own it right here though. I'd like to own it right about there because then I can use that as my stop. And I don't want to chase right now. I really don't want to chase. I've got some positions on. Take a quick look. I'm actually making money now. Got a number of positions moving our way. Everything's improving. We're up about $84. Market's starting to find some support. Q. This looks actually pretty good. I like this little compression in here. It was able to hold through the market softness. Good longer term chart, decent volume. This is a stock though that can move. I mean, it could lose that 30 cents very, very easily. No problem at all. I know I've been in this stock. I kind of know how it trades. We're going to cancel that. CB is one of our positions and it's compressing here. Hopefully that next leg will take it right through the high. And we hit NSC is coming back for us. It's been a strong one. Man, when that stock runs, it goes. I don't want to buy it. I'm going to cancel that. So when I didn't want to buy it, I just dropped the line way below the current price and hit cancel. That's this CAH. I'm ready to add to this. I'm actually liking it right in here. I'm going to cancel this right here. Delete object. And I put my buy stop in right there. Nice little compression now. Go ahead and take me out. I don't mind getting long more shares right now. A lot of staying power in that one. Enough that I will hold it overnight if I need to. Intuit, finally starting to settle down a little bit. We like it when these kind of wild stocks start to fall into a tight range because that gives us an opportunity to get in when it's not all over the board. Another compression here, RMD. Place an alert. There's your yellow dots. CDW. Finding its legs. BSFT, I like this stock. I'm going to buy some. Been on a really nice grind higher. See if we can pick some up. And I'm actually going to step up on this one because I want to own it. And we just bought some. Google. Boy, here I actually have to do some options. So I am not going to use, but it's pretty good. Google looked pretty good. You can see how it pulled back yesterday. I'm not overly excited about getting the first buy in here because the stock was weak yesterday. It's down today after a big run up. I sense that there could be more compressions and that Google could actually drop a little bit further. You can see here how it found support yesterday, which is good, right at this level. So yeah, it could be comfortable getting long here. I don't want to push it, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep looking and seeing what the market is providing me. So looking for these compressions, continuing to get down through our list. And EA has actually been a good stock as of recently. Nice compression here. It's up on the day. We're putting our alert there. That one I might, you know what, I'm going to change my mind here. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to put a buy stop right there. If it gets above that point, I'll buy it. And I'll feel pretty dang good about it too. I'll feel like I've gotten a scoop on that one. PayPal actually grinding, looking pretty dang good in here too. Docs is looking good. I believe we own Docs. We do own Docs. We're up a little bit of money on that one. FDC is working out well. ECL found its legs right here. Should be getting ready for the next move higher. Wouldn't necessarily mind adding to the position, but it's kind of a choppy one. But I like it in here. If I didn't have a position, I'd certainly be putting a buy stop order in it. ATVI has been pretty strong today. I've already got a alert on EA. Marriott, that's a pretty nice compression in here. Pretty nice compression. Already long Hilton. It's moved against us. This is where I should have gotten in on Hilton. This is where I will get in on Marriott, so I'll be able to average my costs down a little bit. You can see how these hotel stocks move in tandem. They were all up and then they pulled back and now they're all starting to regain their bid. Intuit has been so strong. Look at that. A little bit afraid that there might be profit taking, and that's one reason that we're seeing so much choppiness. AMAT starting to come up. I'm going to buy some, and I just did buy some. MRAM, beautiful compression, good volume, flyer, big volume. This is a flyer. All right. If you can get through that compression, I'm in. Hasbro, I mentioned earlier, grind. Looks pretty good. S&P's up 5. This time of day, the market's starting to improve a little bit. S&P's up 5, NASDAQ up 150. I'd prefer to buy compressions on a pullback as opposed to breakouts. So that's where I'm going to focus my attention a little bit. PF. Wow. Food products. That is a pretty strong chart right there with big volume. Probably buyout, given that it's food related. Usually those stocks don't make massive moves like that. EXAS, just did a check on it. Still right at our profit level that we took profits at. So let's go through. All I'm going to do is sort this by net change. Again, I'm more interested in compressions on a low than I am in chasing. ADI, you might recall how I discussed the heavy selling and how that selling's continuing. Well, now, if it compresses for a longer period of time and it can break out to the upside on this compression, I'll buy it. The reason is it's had so much selling that those sellers are exhausted and finally the buyers will start coming back into it. So but I'd like to see a little bit more of a compression there. Google compressed. All right, there's a good compression. I'm going to buy it. Hopefully we'll get filled. I'm not chasing it. I hope it just pokes back down a little bit. It may not. Might have to adjust that order a little bit. And I really don't mind it here, so I just bought it. It's got nice potential to run 30, 40 cents. So, and in fact, now that I'm in, it's shown some weakness. I'm just going to go right in. I'm going to say, you know, that's the first resistance level. That's the second resistance level. And if I can get out there, I'm going to be happy with it. That's about a 25, 30 cent gain. Hasbro, it's looking good. Take a look at what's going on here. Down a little bit. I may not add a lot of positions at this juncture, simply because I don't have much market movement. That more than anything is a concern. WYN we're looking at. Continue to pound through our list, see what we got. This QSR, I'm going to cancel our alert. A little bit of a compression there, a little bit of a bounce. Really not what I'm looking for. This has been a very strong stock. It's starting to compress here. CLX continues to drop. I think I'd mentioned some of these consumer stocks got a nice bid in them. It's got nothing really going on in here. No breakout, so I'm going to take it off the list. I don't want to look at it. I would prefer not to obscure my list with stocks that I'm really not going to be trading today. This MTN had a nice compression, but I chose not to trade it. Right in there. Boy, that would have been a nice one. Oh well. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Adobe starting to compress. S&P's up 4. Still about a 2-point range on the S&Ps today. Just nothing. That was a nice compression. Doggone it. Oh yeah, actually we bought that. uh, that's my sell order. So that compression that I showed you earlier is starting to work. So now we just need about another 15 cents out of it and we'll be in and out. So that's kind of what we're looking for there. HLT starting to come up. We're in pretty good shape on most of the positions in here. Biosoft I reached a little bit on. See if I can find one or two more trades. And that was the compression that we bought in there. I'm pretty sure we bought this. Yes, COL, up $27, $29 right now. So that's a great example of a trade that I just showed you. Okay, we had the compression right in there. I placed my buy stop order. We got filled, and that's what I'm talking about. That is there, and now you can put your stop in at your entry price. You have no downside and lots of nice upside. Oh, MMM starting to go. Really didn't compress much, but it got through that prior day high, which is what I wanted. I'm going to use that as my stop, so I'm buying it. Try and buy it right here if I can. I'm going to step up and buy this. And I did. And so now I'm going to put a sell stop order in right there. If it can't hold the high of the prior day, I'm out. Actually, it closed above that, but this is a nice little support level that I can lean on. I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to use this, which is closer to the close, as my stop. And I still have room on the trade. So I'm expecting it to grind higher from here. And I just did buy another position. I think it might have been Marriott. Yes, there's our compression. We just got filled on that buy stop. Okay, we can watch this trade unfold. This is the formula. This is what I've been doing all morning. And I haven't had much of a market to work with, but these stocks have so much strength that as long as my entry point is legitimate, they're going to continue to move higher. And I had a buy order in on ETR, and I just got filled on this little bit of a pullback in here. I'm not sure that I really want to be in this position right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, let me see what my fill price was on that. So I bought it at 79.46. I'm going to hit the bid. Okay, Boyd Gaming. This is another one that I was looking at. I wouldn't mind owning this one. try and scoop it right there. But that ETR, I don't want to, it's right at my entry price. I can make money on it. I'm going to click sell and it's going to hit the bid. So just keep an eye on it and see. I just bought some EA. Adobe starting to come out of the compression. Probably would be a good entry point. Placing our buy stop. ETR is going our way, but I'm just not crazy about this one. So I'm going to try and exit that trade. And we made 5 cents on that. So I don't want this to get too lengthy here because I've already got a 1 hour video. Now I've got another hour in store here, but you can see that there's DRI. I knew I liked that stock earlier, and I put that. I'm going to do a buy stop right here, and we're filled. I put that stop in to illustrate how to put a stop order in. I didn't want to stop the trade out, but I got that fill, so I had to show it to you. But this stock is really strong. I like it. You can see the compression here, so I'm buying it on this breakout here. This should be a good trade. I think I just bought Adobe as well. Or I had a buy stop on it. Yes, I've got a buy stop on Adobe if it starts to come up. And so now I'm just going to keep going through my list. I'm going to keep looking for these compressions. I've got plenty of positions on right now. I've got lots of alerts layered out there. So now I'm just basically going to let the market push these stocks higher. We had a good ADP number. And let me put up the SPY so you can see what's going on. We had a good ADP number. There's the market's starting to kind of make a challenge here at the high of the day. Now, the one thing I should show you is that in the chat room, I do have a market rating, and I've been kind of watching what the market rating is doing to get a feel for the market as well. So I'm going to float my chat room into the video very quickly so you can see what we do there. And there's my market rating is +7. This is a fantastic indicator. It's anticipatory, and you can see how it was negative, 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 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Now it's positive. It's telling you the market wants to go higher. So we have all sorts of indicators that we use to tell us when it's time to get into positions. This is DGX. It's able to get through the prior day's high. I do like it here. So I'm going to buy it. I'm going to try and buy it. Had a good day yesterday. Breaking out. Hopefully I'll get filled in there. And we'll start taking a look at, I missed it. Rats. Well, I'm not going to chase. I'll increase it a little bit, but I'm not going to chase. And we'll take a look at some of the other positions. The CAH is one that I'm probably the most excited about, but it's been the biggest underperformer. You can see CDW, that's starting to perform. CAH is compressing. I've got a buy stop in here. If the stock keeps pulling back, I don't want to see it too much below this point. RMD. Not crazy about that. It's okay. It's through all the major moving averages. Compressed nicely, but I'm going to take a pass on that. And we're just going to take a look at some of the other positions, make sure that they're doing okay. FIS. This one, I'm going to sell this. Below the high of the day. We'll make money on it there. It's not going anywhere. I did buy DGX, so it paid off not to chase it too much. And this is a really good time to go through and to start culling out some of your marginal trades. DAX made a nice run, struggling to get through the high of the day. We're down 10 cents on it, so we're off a little bit on it, but we'll make money at that level right there. So I want to be in the stocks that are moving for us. I don't want to be in the ones that aren't. This stock still has potential, this CB. It's been floating around and it's been back up to the high of the day, so I think this has got a good chance to break out. And the volume's been good, so I'm willing to stick with it. FDC, that's a nice looking stock. The market coming up a little bit here. Win. Win is win. If we can get out at the high of the day, I'll take it. Probably a good chance it'll get back there. This stock is volatile. This is the WLTW. I'm going to put a limit up at the top of the day. Ideally, stocks that I'm long will be challenging the high and grinding higher like this one. So I like that. And I'm willing to stick with that position. It is pretty choppy in here, so normally I would want to put a stop order right here so that if it falls back, I can get out. But it could do that just whimsically on a move. So instead, I'm going to drop an alert there. Just let me know if it comes back through that level. So now this is more of the position management side of it. ECL, nice little compression right in here. We've got a position on. I'd like to see it get its bearings here. I'm going to delete this because I want to put this lower. I might consider buying more at this level, and I'm going to put an alert right here. I don't want it below this, or I'll stop that trade out. HLT. Now this has been negative for us. Our entry is at 67.08. So I'm a little done playing around with this because it's just not doing much for me. So at 67.11, near the high of the day, I'm going to exit. MMM I just stopped out on. Remember I said that we're going to put our stop right in here. I mean, that was just a few penny loser. We bought it right here on this breakout and we stopped out right here. It was a fairly tight stop, but I had kind of a natural level to stop it in. So I may get back in that one. I kept it very, very tight though. RYAM coming out of this compression right now. This has been a mover. Pretty volatile. In this lackluster market right now, I'm not going to push it. I just want to get through the rest of my positions here. Once I've checked all the positions and I've shown you how I manage the trades, then I'm going to conclude the video. This is still in nice shape, series of higher lows, and I'm going to put an alert right here at the prior high, the high from the prior day. And I'll continue to move down the list here. We'll take a look at the last few remaining positions. Amazon grinding. It's in good shape. Bought that compression. COL doing well. Now, I do want to set a limit. If it can get back up to this level right here, which was a little bit of resistance yesterday, I'm kind of okay with that. So I'm going to put a sell order in right around there. I'd be happy with that level of profit today. ECL. I'm going to add to that position. It was a nice little compression. I'm okay with it right there. Biosoft starting to do its thing for us. Happy with that. AMAT. We're up a little bit on that position currently. So that looks like it's going our way. MMC, remember we bought this compression down here. It's starting to compress again. Probably will make another little bit of a run. I'm okay with that right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alert at the top of this compression where we got long. I don't want that to fail. Marriott, bought that breakout. It's just kind of sitting here. And I am going to, I did that with Hilton. I'm going to put a limit in for, that'd be about a 40-cent gain for us. So I'm okay with that on a day like this. You gotta take what the market gives you. EA, decent shape, starting to grind higher. Don't necessarily need to cap off the top here, but why not? If it challenges the high and I can make 50 cents on that, I'm okay with that. In a better market, if the market were moving higher, I would hang on to these because I'd have the wind at my back. I'd be able to let them run. Right now, I've got to set some targets and I have to be willing to take whatever the market gives me. If the stock goes to the moon and it shoots $2 higher, so be it. At least I made money on the trade. That's how I look at it right now. So I'm going through, setting my alerts, setting my stops, and looking for new trades. I'm looking for these compressions. I'll add to positions, but I also know that the market is very, very quiet right now. So I don't want to take a whole lot of risk. I really want to spend more of my time passively looking for positions and managing my trades. And you can see that, from earlier today, the J&J position is down $100. My CAH that I'm willing to hang on to is down $100. So that's $200. And I'm up over $100 even with those two. Take those two out, I'm up about 300 bucks so far today. But the CAH is going to be a swing trade. J&J is going to be a swing trade. So I was not super worried about my entry point for these two swing trades. I knew I was going to be hanging on to them for at least a few days, and I'm still looking to add to that CAH position. I think that's going to be a good trade, and it could be a good trade even today. Just need to see those buyers start coming in. So that's going to conclude my two videos. The video on stock selection. You saw the stocks that I had today. You saw me use the uh, uh, charts to manage the trades. This is the portfolio screen. I've got the stock rating here. I've got the P&L, so I can gauge all the positions here. I can also see my open orders here so that I can modify them. I can cancel them. If I need to get out of a position, I can just hit the sell button and it'll route a mid order. I can hit the buy button, route a mid order. Very, very easy to trade through the platform itself. The key is really to get your list together and to have it ready for the next day. And then that's all you focus on. You know that these stocks are strong and you know you're trading from the long side. That's all you really have to do. And but it takes, maybe an hour or so to go through and generate that list. Then the rest is pretty easy. You have to watch the market, see what it's doing. I wrote my market comments this morning, so I told you that my market bias was bullish. I felt the ADP report was going to fuel a bit of a rally. So throughout the morning, I've been accumulating positions, and now I'm really in a mode where I'm looking for those stocks that have pulled back and for those compressions. And I want to buy those compressions and maybe make 20, 30, 40 cents depending on the price of the underlying stock. That's what you do. And if you can make money in this market when the market's so compressed, we've had a 2 or 3 point S&P range all day. If you can make money in this kind of market, when you get a market that's moving and has a normal 10-point range, just a 10-point range, I'm not talking about anything extreme, you can really start to rack up some nice money. And then when you get into active days where you've got a 15-point range, the profits come very, very quickly and they come easily because these stocks are fueled and you have really big moves that take place. So you can let the profits run and then you exit the trade and the gains are very, very nice. We call that shooting fish in a barrel when we get in those environments. So hopefully this market compression will end soon and we'll be able to see some nice price action. So we're up about 130 bucks right now, 135 bucks. These positions should do well. I'm expecting, just with what I have on right now and maybe a few other trades, trading small size today, I should be able to make about $500 without much problem at all. And I've had maybe, I don't know, I've had maybe $80,000 in risk exposure, so very, very little. So now I'm just going to manage my trades. I really hope that this video helps you understand what you need to do to make money day trading. So again, even in these quiet markets, if you can make money now, you are going to be ringing the register when the market returns to normal conditions. Thank you so much. I hope you learned from the video.